Is Predator Badlands a really good action-packed sci-fi movie? Yeah. But is it a really good action-packed sci-fi Predator movie? Also, yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love movies and you love art, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay to the end of this video because I'll show you the illustration I did that was inspired by the film. Alright, let's dive into Predator Badlands. This film was directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, and he also did Predator, Killer of Killers. I really like both of them. One had a Western feel to it, the other was an animation, which I really liked. Trachtenberg is becoming quite the expert in the field of the Youches. That's the specific name for the predator species, if you didn't know that. I didn't know that. With this new entry, he pulls off the ultimate switch. The Predator goes from antagonist to protagonist and takes this franchise in a very different direction, at least for this movie. Now, the movie follows a young runt named Deck of a particular clan of predators. Now, I know his look was the subject of a hot debate, but I was fine with it. He's small in stature and he's young. The look made sense to his biological stage and for the story. But Deck is seen as weak by his father and orders Deck's brother to kill him. But instead, his brother frees him, and Deck watches his own brother beheaded by his father as his ship heads towards its pre-programmed destination, the galaxy's deadliest planet, to kill the ultimate trophy creature, the Kalisk. An almost unkillable creature that all the predators have failed at acquiring as their trophy. Now, Deck has a singular focus to be the one who breaks through and defeats the beast. Deck's journey becomes not just about survival, but it's about redemption and definitely vengeance. Now, when Deck crash lands on the Badlands planet here, everything, and I mean absolutely everything on there wants to kill him. The plants are carnivorous, there are fields made of glass, the air burns. It's pretty much like Avatar meets Pitch Black meets Predator. Deck's only ally? A quirky synthetic made from everybody's favorite intergalactic evil corporation from the Alien universe, Weyland-Yutani, played by the really talented Elle Fanning. Now, the odd couple chemistry here between her and Deck brings an unexpected humor and some warmth to the story. She also travels with a small alien companion, kind of a predator version of the Mandalorian's Grogu. Now, Fanning has double billing here as she plays her synthetic sister, in quotes, so to speak. This sister is all about the mission and wants nothing more to please Mother from the corporation by acquiring the Kalisk and getting rid of whatever happens to stand in her way. Now let's talk about the action. Because this movie doesn't pull punches, it literally throws them a lot. Even though it's rated PG-13, Predator Badlands delivers plenty of gore, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just not human gore. We get splashes of neon creature blood, torn limbs, and plenty of brutal creative kills. The choreography is tight, the motion capture is very fluid, and the CGI blends surprisingly well with these really cool practical effects. The sound design here is really good, as the pulsing score moves everything forward with constant tension. Every sword clash, powerful punch, predator roar, all hits hard. It's one of those movies where the audio alone really keeps your adrenaline pretty high. Now, at its core, Predator Badlands, it's not a complicated story. It's the hero's journey told through the eyes of an outcast predator. But Trachtenberg makes that simplicity work. It's a story about redemption, family, and finding identity through struggle. Something we've rarely explored in this whole Predator franchise in particular. And turning the Predator from a monster into a protagonist could have been a big mistake for fans of the series, but it's handled with really good thoughtfulness, creativity, and care. I mean, Deck still feels dangerous and alien, but you start to empathize with him. And most importantly, you start to root for him. It's a bold move, and it really pays off with this whole film. Now, while the movie hints at a sequel, and I'd be curious to see where the story would go with these characters, I also want more stories like Prey, where you got a full-grown, no-mercy, badass predator, and he's dropped into different planets, time periods, and scenarios. Still, Badlands really carves out its own unique identity within this universe. And Trachtenberg has become kind of an expert now on predators, and he's really pumped in some fresh blood into this series. Alright, let's check out the drawing. I always use my iPad Pro with my drawing program Procreate. Now, here instead of setting the Predator on an alien world, I imagine him being just dropped off close to home. Enter the Florida Everglades. I think the gators and boas down there would be a nice change of competitive pace for our Predator friend. I wanted to play with the title of the film too, so instead of having Predator Badlands, I wanted it to be Predator Wetlands. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you love movies and you love art, you're definitely in the right place. And let me know below, what did you think of Predator Badlands? Look forward to seeing you at the next video.